Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. We're so sorry that we missed last week, but we have some exciting stuff to show you in this video. In a past video, we showed us reinforcing the outside of this piece that we added to the side of the boat. In this week's video, we're going to be reinforcing on the inside. We started with a bead of cavasil down the joint to fill any lows or voids that were still remaining. We used a squeegee to clean the bead up as we went. You always want to start with your thin coat of resin to ensure a better bond. We are also bonding while this cavasil is still wet. We have this piece of plastic taped underneath where our fiberglass pieces are going to lay so that we can prevent the resin from dripping down the side of the hull and making a mess. For this layup session, we are simply only doing one layer to reinforce these core pieces to the existing part of the hull. The reason why we are not doing more than one layer right now is because when we tape the top deck onto the bottom deck, we will be using multiple layers of fiberglass to do so. And we only want to have a certain thickness, and so we are going to make up for that thickness during that layup session opposed to this one, and it will maximize our strength. Of course, we're using our roller to eliminate any air bubbles, because if we had air bubbles, we'd be creating a point of weakness for the laminate, which can cause the entire piece to debond or delaminate. Several videos ago, we showed you the process of putting the front two bulkheads into the boat. Since then, we decided to put in a third bulkhead in front of the V bulkhead. This bulkhead, along with the middle bulkhead, is creating a space for our front ballast tank. Just like our other two bulkheads, we start with a bead of cavasil to eliminate a shear point so we have a nice rounded edge for the carbon fiber to lay over. As mentioned earlier in the video, we always do our thin coat of resin before laying down our carbon fiber, or if we were using fiberglass, we'd be doing the same thing. Another note, everything that we're doing on this side of the bulkhead, we will repeat it on the other side as well. Along with the large center pieces, we are also using strips to tape the bulkhead to the side of the boat. rolling out carbon fiber is to not push too hard because you don't want to mess up the weave that makes up the carbon fiber. So you have to find a happy medium with the amount of pressure that you place with your roller. After our layup sessions are finished, we go in with a rag that was dipped in acetone to clean up any resin drips to make sure that we have a nice clean surface and we won't have any unnecessary things to grind. This is what the final product looks like on both sides. Our next step was to put the canopy in the correct spot, and that would be to line up the end of it to the transom flush. Once the canopy was in the correct spot, we took our partial V bulkhead, that is just 1 cord 1 at the moment, and we traced in Sharpie where we want that to be placed so we know where to put our cavasil. Here is a little time lapse on how we mix our cavasil here in the shop. You start with just your regular cup of resin and mix it fully, and then you slowly add in cavasil. This process always makes a mess on our bench. Usually we mix it a little less thick than what is in this video, but that's okay. We place our plastic bag with a tip pointing down in another cup to make it easier to put our cavasil into the bag. With the bag we make like an icing bag to make it easier to put the cavasil in the correct spot. We lifted up the bulkhead just enough to be able to squeeze cavasil where we're going to be placing it. We just push down from the top to squish it into the cavasil. We never want to leave a mess, so we went in with our squeegee to clean up the spots that splurged out from pressing it down. That's it for this week's video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to support our page. Thank you!